Hello everyone, Glieken here, bringing you a Kaladesh draft. I'm fresh back from Atlanta, where I had an amazing day 1 and an awful day 2. But I did 10 and 5, giving me a pro point, so that's exciting. And here we have a pack of Kaladesh. Nothing too exciting in this pack. I'm probably gonna go with either the Doorbusters or the Trumpeteer here. Pyrohelix is also a decent consideration. This card actually wrecked me during day 1. I had a lot of Fabricate cards, and so everything coming in tapped was awful. Card proved to be good on turn 1 and not good on just about every turn after that. I'm gonna go with the Doorbuster here. I kind of thinking I might lean towards Trumpeter in the future, because green has cards like Attune with Aether to try and get you to you essentially can just very easy to splash in green. Here it's between Shrewd Negotiation and the Bowmat Barge, and whenever it's between two cards, like this card can be very powerful and this card can be somewhat powerful, but it's a decent vehicle for one of the ones that crew 3, mostly because it cycles itself, and then just is also big. Skiff is also an option here, but I like the barge a little bit more than Skiff. Skiff is solid, but I don't know. So we're just gonna go with this barge. We're gonna take this guy. I like this guy. But yeah, if you're between two cards in draft of relatively similar or close to similar power levels, generally better to go with the colorless cards in the consideration. I like Blossoming Defenses. I also like Die Young. Renegade Tactics is solid. Oof, so is Foundry Inspector. Yep, we're just gonna take the Inspector there. Once again, 3 cards that are relatively powerful. We take the one that's more powerful simply because, on top of the fact that it's colorless. This makes our barge cost 3. We'll be looking to pick up more artifacts later on. Especially given that this is an artifact-based format, making the spells cost 1 less is excellent. So yeah, we're just going to take the Inspector here. Could take the Master of Inquiries and have fun. There's not much. The best card in this pack is really just a Thriving Turtle. Could consider the Inventor's Goggles or something like that. Fireweaver goes with the 2 artifacts that we got, but this card isn't really that great. I think we're just going to take Turtle here. Between Turtle and Inquiries, I guess maybe we want the Inquiries just if we end up in a more energy-based deck, Turtle's solid, as is Inquiries, and Inquiries just kind of seems like it might be more fun. And if we end up picking up 3 of these, that can be extra quick clock. So if this were an actual draft, I'd probably take Thriving Turtle over the Inquiries here, but it's close enough that we're going to take the card that is just more fun. Here we can end up picking up a Turtle. Snake is okay. Yeah, I like picking up Turtle here. Propeller Pioneer is also a very solid card, but you just pick up a Turtle. Turtle can get quite big. If you started on turn 1, then have a couple more energy cards to help get it big. A 2/5 is hard to kill in this format. Yeah, we'll take a Turtle. Take Pillar Bug. Could take this weird card just as an energy gain. Not much for us. I think we're just going to take this Live Fast. Between Live Fast and the Renegade Tactics, I think I like Live Fast better. Or I could just take the artifact. But no, you're gonna take Live Fast. Plus, it's foil. Gotta take the foils. Aether Trade Wind's a great card to see here. If you feel like you're gonna be ending up in blue, Aether Trade Winds is just a solid card. It gets great tempo, especially since we can rebuy these cheap energy cards. If they spend their turn like crewing a vehicle or doing something like that, then we get to out tempo them that way. And we like it's not awful to bounce a land, but you really want to bounce something that you can like rebuy. Like if we end up with like a Prophetic Prism, that's like the dream. But even just bouncing the cheap energy guy is solid with the Trade Winds. Select for Inspection, good card to show us, or that's kind of like helping us lead in the blue. Thriving Grubs is also solid if we want to keep in mind that we have the Doorbuster, and it's just another energy-based card. But Select for Inspection, I think, is more of the nod, especially with our 3 blue cards here. We could take the Wayward Giant, Authority, or even like Puzzle Knot if we were really talking about energy, but I think the Wayward Giant's just going to be stronger. We kind of want the blue Puzzle Knot to come back to us. Here I like taking the Eager Construct. Tezzeret's Ambition, I could see wanting like one of in our deck, but 2 drops are just still very solid. We have no 2 drops currently. If we end up with a train, we need someone to drive it. Here it's between the Rebuff, the Tactics. All 4 of these cards are solid. We'll just take the blue card. Take Disappearing Act. Now we really want to find like a Prophetic Prism or just more cheap ways that we can be able to reuse our things. Hey, if we get like 4 of these, then Dramatic Reversal can just bleh. This card's awful. But if we end up with like 3 or 4 of Master of Inquiries, we might run Dramatic Reversal. This might be the place. So after pack 1, we're looking pretty okay. Definitely looks like we're going to be blue. Either red or black looks solid, but we can still just also end up like going into green or something like that. Especially like going into, well, this is just a great card. But especially like going into green can get us like, if we get attuned with Aethers, then we can just be playing either of these cards anyway. But yeah, Multiform Wanderer is a very good card. Can get you back from being behind because of its lifelink. It's also just hard to deal with because, especially if you have more ways than just the 3 energies that it comes in with, you can just fuel this. It can very easily lead you to victory. Next best card is easily Welding Sparks. This is just 3 mana. This is very close to murder in the set. It only takes 1 or 2 artifacts to be able to kill just about everything you want to kill in the set. And instant speed removal, very good removal. We kind of hope for the Aether Trade Winds, Sky Skiff, maybe even the Puzzle Knot to come back to us. Puzzle Knot's a little bit more solid in a blue-based deck because you can just kind of sculpt your draws. But Multiform Wanderer is just a great card. Good bomb. Limit to competition's kind of fun. I kind of like the Virtuoso here. I haven't really had too much experience with the Virtuoso, but I guess this is the kind of deck that wants it. I mean, we're all energy based, so we can just start pooping out Thopters. Metalwork Colossus. We only have 1 card to make it cheaper, because keep in mind it's non-creature artifacts, so not like we can be like, oh, look at all these artifacts. No, it's non-creature. So here's between the Virtuoso, the Select for Inspection, Sky Skiff, and the Infiltrator. This card is really, really solid. Eliminated Competition is also a decent card if you can get your deck to work with it. But let's try this Virtuoso. We can get an army of flyers that seem pretty solid. You can also get the one of the what's it called? The modules, what they're called. Ooh, let's try it. I should be taking a Perfect Prism here. In fact, we probably should still take the Perfect Prism and wheel the Minister of Inquiries, but we kind of just want to try it. Want to try it real bad. And it's also questionable whether we should be taking Perfect Prism or say like Spireside Infiltrator. I think the answer is Prism, just because we have like Aether Trade Winds and Disappearing Act to try and work with it. We also then Live Fast isn't a card we want to split, but say splash. But say we get the Eliminate the Competition comes back around, we can try and splash something like that. I feel like this is a better blue card for people, or like people are going to take this or this over the Minister. I feel like once again, correct pick is probably Spireside. I think it's close between the Prism and the Spireside Infiltrator, but we'll take the Prism. And then we get punished / not surely punished by finding a second Prism. If I knew we were going to get Prism in the next pack, then I would have taken the Spireside Infiltrator in the last pack. But that being said, we'll take a second Prism. Don't necessarily hate Failed Inspection either, especially if we end up with more Aether Trade Winds and things that are instant speed tricks. Then even this not as exciting counterspell becomes a little bit better. Yeah, we're just gonna take a Prism here. Here I can see us taking a crab. Oh no, we'll just take a Spireside Infiltrator. See us taking this crab. Crab is kind of decent late game, gets you a lot of energy, but Infiltrator is just great. Pyro Helix, it's pretty easy. Pyro Helix, it's a late Thriving Rhino in Hunt a Week. I would take the Rhino over the Hunt a Week if I were in green. There's also consideration for the P-Foul, but we just use it early interaction is going to be good for us. Taking our Select for Inspection. Yep. As a late Voyager, and we do have 2 Prisms to be able to attempt to splash it, so I think we're just going to pick up this Voyager here over to Failed Inspection or things like that. Yeah, this card's just solid, especially since flyers are, as with most formats it seems, flyers are hard to deal with. Not much for us. We're just going to take this Puzzle Knot. Might make our deck. Kind of hope that doesn't make our deck, especially with 2 Prisms. But now the Colossus is getting a little bit cheaper. We have 4 non-creature artifacts. Who knows if it comes back around. Except I think that might have been the pack that had the Colossus, so maybe not. Come on, Minister of Inquiries. I really want to try and do it. And even if we don't end up, the Minister of Inquiries is just essentially just about another Thopter. Ooh, another Select for Inspection. I'm happy to see these Select for Inspections. Gets us tempo, and the Scry is great with it. Helps you find what you need. For 25 minus 15. Maybe recording at 4 a.m. isn't the best idea. Alright, so we didn't get our Minister of Inquiries back. We did get another Disappearing Act, which with the 3 bounce spells and the Perfected Prisms, I'm actually going to be taking the Disappearing Act over the Blade Master. Which looks weird, but I kind of want to try this Bounce Matters deck, see if it can do anything. Here we'll take the Failed Inspection. Don't necessarily want to be playing the Failed Inspection. Here we'll just hate the red card, so that we can try and get more red coming our way. And we got one more pack still to go to. Ooh, wow, that's a great pickup for us. All of these on color are great. And by great, like, they're good. 2/4 flying for 4 is good. We also have the Foundry Inspector to help make it less than that. Not playing this Live Fast. Not gonna splash a Live Fast. See, now this is a card that I see and I get like hungry for, because I really kind of just want to, like, alright, we're gonna bounce all of our cheap stuff, replay it all, and draw infinite cards. That being said, we're gonna hope to maybe see this on the wheel. Could consider taking the Fairgrounds Warden here, especially since we do have 2 prisms. Same with the Revoke Resistance, but I think we're just going to take this Aether Trade Winds. Yep. And hopefully we'll see the paradoxical outcome on the wheel. And just holding up, like, oh, here we'll take an Aether Theorist. Yeah, Aether Theorist here. But yeah, just the idea of just like, okay, we're either going to counter your things or end of turn bounce all of our like prisms and 1-drops and then draw that many cards. And the next turn we'll hopefully be able to just spew them all out again. That seems fun. A card that we'd love to see that we haven't seen any of is the Serpent that has affinity for artifacts. We definitely have enough artifacts that that's going to be like a very high pick for us, especially since we're kind of looking for more win conditions here. This is a wonderful card. This is one of the best blue cards in the set, if not the, like, I guess the Gear Hulk might be a better blue card. But between like this and the control magic spell, some of the best blue rares in the set. Yep, we'll take it. Wouldn't mind like an Innovator, Failed Inspection come back around. Rather the Innovator and the Inspection. Could even see the Workshop Assistant, since we have like Multiform Wander as one of our strong win conditions. Yeah, we're gonna take that. Gonna pick that on up. Restoration Gearsmith is a strong card. Here I might just take the Skyskiff though. Yeah, I'm thinking the Skyskiff here. Like, if one of our second colors were one of these second colors, I would instantly take this, since we have the prisms to work with it. But given that this would be us looking for like 2 of our, like, it's a double splash. While it's the most powerful card in the set, we're just gonna take not in the set, the most powerful card in the pack. We're just gonna take a Skyskiff here over Noble Inventor or anything like that. Taking our Aether Trade Winds. Turn target creature. So this is a combo with the Virtuoso. You just kind of keep bouncing. Or we take another Aether Trade Winds. We have 3 Select for Inspection and 2 Trade Winds already. Or I could take this 2-mana and do nothing. That kind of combos with some cards in our deck. Also can protect from removal. Yeah, I'm gonna try the module. I don't know. Like, it's still early in the set, and I kind of want to try the module out, see how it does. Each player may play additional land in his turn. At the beginning, we are not looking to be empty-handed, so we're not going to be taking that. Not start your engineering, so we're just going to take this 2/3 prowess. Ooh, here's between another P-File or another Prophetic Prism. I think the answer is another Prophetic Prism. And having 3 Prophetic Prisms means that we're definitely playing 16 lands. This guy has so much card draw. And like the only thing, our only like real late game is going to be the Artistry. And the other thing to consider is the fact that one of the main, I would call them complaints of the format, is just the fact that there is not a lot to do with your mana, which is why cards like Cathartic Reunion and cards that'll have you discard cards are a little bit higher picks in this format. I can see this. Sure, I can see this being the thing. Over the rest, yeah. And that's why, like, if you see cards like Key to the City is already great, but just anything that, like, that's another reason to pick up this module, the bounce module, wherever it went, the decoction module. Being able to just keep rebuying your creatures, or being able to use your mana each turn is pretty good. Here, there's not really anything for us. Let's look at our workshop assistant. Now we'll take this big guy in case we need a big guy. Ooh, here I like Thriving Grubs. I'll also take this Mastodon or Cobra since we do have the prisms to work with them. Actually, don't hate the Mastodon. We'll take the Mastodon. We have so much early game already. We're going to take do we want a second Field Inspection or our first Nimble Inventor? Nimble Inventor kind of combos with our Decoction module. Yeah, we'll take a Nimble Inventor. Terror of the Fairgrounds. Sure. So this is definitely a weird deck. Definitely a weird deck. Probably not playing this Skiff just because like we don't have that many creatures. I do like our 2 Disappearing Acts as well as our Failed Inspection. Not sure if I like the revolutionary rebuff as much. We're at 34 cards. Probably don't like Wayward Gem. Probably only like the Pyrohelix, the Whirler. Probably don't even care that much for. Oh, okay. Things that are definitely getting out of our deck. That's what we should be looking at first. Things that are just like not even a question out of our deck. Is probably just that one card. Sky Skiff. We don't really have that many creatures for Sky Skiff to work out. I kind of want to keep Minister of Inquiries just to see if 1 is enough, especially since we have so many ways to like buy it back or like buy back our energy cards to just like have it actually be a win condition even on its own. Because normally, like in the vacuum, I think this card is only good if you have multiples of them. I don't think we're playing this Wave of Giant. Don't think we're playing this Doorbuster. Because we're not really attacking too much in their deck. We're playing most of this game on their turn. Which makes you just kind of want to go like a mono blue, splashing only these cards that we can try and work with. These like heavy energy cards. Like this card plus the Virtuoso is essentially a Thopter each turn or every other turn. Which is sweet. So we're looking to cut 5 cards here because we do have lots of low drops, and then we also have the prisms to help draws cards. Probably gonna cut the Glassblower's Knot. It's between the Knot and the Construct. But I kind of like the Construct because it can block. But I like the Knot because it doesn't get our opponents a scry. If we ended up with a Giant, Knot would be instantly in, but yeah, we'll take out the Knot. I think 2 Disappearing Act and a Failed Inspection will be fine for our counters that we don't necessarily want the rebuff. Then again, rebuff is just early interaction. Foundry Inspector I like. I got Foundry Inspector and then we bounce their things and we only have to pay 1 for a Prefective Prism, and oh my god, I'm so happy. So happy. Alright, so definitely keeping this. I guess we cut the... I guess we need to keep some win conditions. So, Artistry, Wanderer. I guess these are just art, and I guess this is also one condition. Yeah, maybe we just don't want the Mastodon in this deck. It is big though. It blocks a lot. Probably don't want the Bowmat Barge. Just because we have so few creatures to be able to crew it. Like, yes, it works with our bouncing, but it's just kind of an expensive Prophetic Prism at that point. Yeah, like most of our creatures can hardly crew it. So we'll just cut that out of here. I like both of our acts. I like Failed Inspection. I think we probably should be keeping the rebuff. Want to try this. We're not cutting any of these. So we're just going to run a 27 card deck. Perfect. No, not perfect. Not perfect, not going to happen. Probably cutting Bastion. Or this Nibble Inventor. 4 mana, 2/2, draw a card. I mean, I say cut the Nimble Inventor, but that's also like the deck that we're going. We have the Aether Dragons and the Disappearing Axe. But like, since we have 3 Prophetic Prisms, we don't really want to be paying 4 for our rebuy of a card. So I think Nimble Inventor gets cut. It's kind of making the Decoction module a little bit awkward, but we have the Virtuoso to combo with it. 7 mana, make a Thopter. Sounds strong. Or I guess make just about 2 Thopters, because when they each enter, they get a thing. Look at me building a hardly any creature deck again. I think we need the Helix just as like we need these cards just as early game interactions, especially since like if on turn 2 we're playing Perfect Prism, then Revolutionary Rebuff just kind of gets awkward. This is also just dead in the late game and dead against artifact spells, so we're going to cut the rebuff. And we're just looking to cut 1 more card. I think it's just the Mastodon. Yeah. So and then we just have like, because of cards like Disappearing Act and between Disappearing Act module and Select for Inspection, we really don't want to be playing cards. Or Disappearing Act, Aether Tradewinds, and the module. We don't want to be playing like our bombs until we know that we can protect them. So yeah, I don't know where the rest of that conversation was going, but now you know that that's why we're going to be holding our bombs pretty late. I'm pretty sure we're not playing any forests. We're just going to be having the Perfect Prisms. We'll probably play like 4 mountains. Or do we just want to like do that? Just have only islands and 3 Prophetic Prisms? That sounds kind of silly. Just silly enough that I might do it. No, I think the Pyro Helix is too important at this point. If we end up playing against like the green deck that just has a whole bunch of 2/3s and just Pyro Helix is never going to be live, then we'll probably do something like that. Still kind of thinking of the only islands. Well, I guess like having 3 swamps can't hurt too much, especially since most of our things are just colorless anyway. But we do have the double blue that we definitely want. And again, we do still need to find a card to cut. This is also not a creature. Alright. Charming Pyro Helix. That's bad, right? Just gonna bounce them. We're just gonna play Minister of Inquiries in turn 1, bounce their stuff, get more energy, mill them out, it'll be perfect. Play Multiform Wanderer not as a win condition, just as a 5 mana get 3 energy. Sounds like exactly what we want to be doing. This deck seems weird. This deck seems fun. I don't think it's going to work. I think we're going to get blown out real easily. I also think Pyro Helix should definitely be in the deck. Let's get rid of this Bastion, maybe? Or this Mastodon? Just win with our flyers? Okay. Alright. Not gonna play forests. I think I like 3 mountains, 13 islands. Alright. Here's our deck. I don't think it's good, so let's play it. Do you want one more mountain? We have 2 red cards. But this one really wants to be played early. We'll see if around 1.